You guys heard Cody talk about him just a bit ago, that he's a beast. Who here has worked with Franklin? Who here has worked with Franklin? And it's just been an amazing experience. Everybody, from the day that Franklin started working with Clever, I've heard nothing but the best things. And Cody, like he said, he called him a beast. And in fact, he's such a big deal that he has his own music to come up to. So, I guess I'm not enough, so we gotta play the video here. Can you cue that up for me?
Well, you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing yourself, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother.
Please help me get up on your feet,
I'm feeling energetic. I didn't say sit down though. Sit back down. Now stand up. Just stay there for a second. That's fine. How do we work this thing? How you guys doing? You guys having fun? I'm figuring out that I have baby ears, that this is not where I'm going to land. All right, fantastic. Guys, my name is Franklin Cruz. We're about to have a great time. Oh my goodness. Something about that clip does it to me every time. What about you? Yeah. Whew. You guys feel it in the room today? Yeah. I love it, man. Say it one more time. Yes! Yeah. Something about being up there. It's like the presence with Cody, my brother over there. Oh my goodness. I just call you Mr. Third. It's like, whew, amazing, guys. Well, let's get started. You guys can have a seat. I stand up! I wish I could get So guys, I'm going to be training today on never-ending money system. How to fund all your deals. Does that sound interesting? You guys got to say it with some enthusiasm. Now before we get started, I'm going to set a little ground rule. A long time ago, somebody actually said, Franklin, man, because of your military background, brother, you are a drill sergeant. So, what they used to call me all the time was the real estate drill sergeant. So we're going to play a little game. Every time that I say something, and you're going to say yes, instead of it just being yes, it's going to be, yes, drill sergeant! You guys like that? Yes. So are you guys going to learn something new today? Yes, drill sergeant! Woo! my wife this, and this is like it. Perfect. All right, so before we get started, I gotta tell you a funny story. This is my 5-year-old son. This is entitled The Popcorn Story. Terry, you're gonna love this. So we're at Disney Quest. If you've never been to Disney Quest, I live in Lakeland, Polk County, for instance. Right there, the name says it all. So it's right between Tampa and Orlando. So we have Disney World right next to us. So we go to Disney Quest a lot. What Disney Quest is, if you've never heard of it, you ever heard of Chuck E. Cheese before? Yes, let's try it one more time. You heard of Chuck E. Cheese before? Yes, perfect. So at Disney Quest is like Chuck E. Cheese with Disney money. Okay? It's 5 stories, nothing but free arcade games. It's amazing. It is basically, I look at it like, wow, this is what I'm talking about, right? So we're in there for our epic all-day-long series with my 5-year-old and 12-year-old Terry. And this is what happens. Rudy, you'll never believe this. So we're eating lunch. We're done with lunch. We just ate a big lunch. Everybody loves turkey legs? Yes. Everybody loves turkey legs? Yes. Good. So we're just finished eating all these turkey legs. Then my 5-year-old son says, look, Daddy, can I get some popcorn? I said, you just ate turkey legs. So Sean, he looks at me, he's like, no, Dad, I really want some popcorn. I said, no, I'm not going to give you any popcorn. I said, this is what I'm going to do. I will let you have popcorn, but I'm not going to give you any popcorn. So if you figure out a way, and don't steal, if you figure out a way how to do it, you can get popcorn. He says, all right, no problem. So I watch him, me and my other son, who's 12, we're sitting there at Disney Quest. We look at him, we're like, what is he going to do? So we go there, he walks to the front counter, this is what he does. Hurries to the front counter. He says, hi, my name is Angel, I'm 5 years old. Can I please have some popcorn? The lady looks at him like he's crazy. Goes back, gets some more popcorn. Here you go. He comes back to us, he with the popcorn, with the smile, that's actually the real thing, and he says this. Daddy, you want some popcorn? Was that a funny story? I love it, love it, love it. So, what's in this training today? Different funding choices, this is what we're going to be going over. How and when to use them. Where to find unlimited supply of private money. Is that interesting? Yes. Perfect, I love this. Best strategies to protect yourself, common mistakes to avoid, and a real life case study. When somebody gets a chance, if they can help me with this ear thing, thank you so much. Before anything though, who the heck is Franklin Cruz? For some of you may not know, some of you do know. I'll reiterate. You know, when Cody asked me to come up here, he's like, Franklin, you really got to keep this bio down. Like, we got to get it down to at least a minute. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, we got to keep it down to at least a minute. I said, normally it takes me like 45 minutes just for my bio. He's like, all right, so we got to keep it down. So I said, fine, no problem. So here's the, you got it good? All right, thanks. Everybody say thank you so much to our people back there, creating all the sound and everything else. Over here. So, I'm one of the Clever Investor mentors. Some of you may know me, Rose, Terry, George, Xavier. And I could go up here and I was thinking I had this whole strategic matrix of how all the accomplishments that I could talk about, George. I was like, ding, 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 ding. And then I was like, you know what? How did it all start? Because at the end of the day, I was like, how did it all begin? How is this possible? How am I sitting in front of you guys today? And then I started thinking. You know, I was born in New York City by a single mother. Never knew my biological father. Moved down to Florida. And at 10 years old, my mother tragically passed. You know, from their death, I was an orphan. And from there, how does somebody who's an orphan then going to school, how does he, then I had a learning disability because I was angry. So they put me in these things called slow learning disability classes. And then I wanted to join the military. They said it was no way. So then how does that person join the military? I'm proud to say it is. And then from there I spent 7 years active duty United States Army, federal. Served in Korea, Operation Iraqi Freedom, 2003, and then I got in 2005. And then how does that person, then all this stuff happens, right? Then my first year I lost $17,500. I'm like, man, I guess real estate's not where to go, right? And then I move forward, keep pushing forward, right? Then I get married. Then I go through like the worst divorce that you could actually think about. For an entire year, I was stressed, depressed, and I was just like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, it's done. I mean, Shauna's dad was done. How did all of that, lost it all in 1 year? Anybody ever been through a divorce? Yeah, you don't even have to say yes or no. Lost everything. But then I stand in front of you today to say a couple things. Is this. Instead of just talking about it, I'm still married to that woman. We never got a divorce. We paid for a divorce that never happened. Spent over $200,000, but then I started taking my own responsibility, George, what you said. And I said, this is not what I want. This is not what I want to create. And I chose no. But I understand how it feels to lose it all. To have your son, who's 3 years old in school, look at you and just start crying. He can't even speak yet, but he knows the pain that daddy's going through. I know how it is to cry sideways. And the only people that understand that phrase know what I'm talking about. I understand how it is to go in my dad's house and say, Dad, you know what? I don't even deserve a bed. Just let me sleep in the carpet. I understand all that. And I stand in front of you today to say, I don't live in my past anymore. That's not me anymore. I've been in real estate for over 14 years. I own a company called Bentley Private Fund. This year alone we'll do about $980,000. But you know, all that stuff is just little accomplishments compared to what my students do. My students from just not even a year ago has already accomplished over $1 million of profit. That is who I am. When I look at my students, I just keep, man, Xavier, George, you guys light me up. When I got on the phone with them, I was like, what are you talking about? You're a high performer. You're somebody that can make things happen and change your community. What are you doing? And he's like, wow, right. Look, anybody could be up here, but for some reason, I'm the one here. So we're going to have some more fun, right? Yes. You guys forgot it already. Good Lord. Let's try it one more time. You guys going to have some fun? Yes. But I said all that just to say I've been there and I've done that. And I didn't really like that jacket. So I got a new one. And it fits just fine. My two boys are amazing. You see them right there in the picture. My 5-year-old, his name is Andrew. We call him Mini Hulk. Right there so it says the name. Alex is 12 years old. We call him Dr. Doom. He's a mixed martial artist. Every single tournament that he's done, he's won this year. So every single time somebody clinches with them, they named them Dr. Doom because they're basically doomed. I'm sorry, they're going to lose. And that's my beautiful wife, Bridget Cruz. She's actually in commercial development. At the same time, too, I'm a founder of a nonprofit called Hope for Homes Project. You ever guys want to check it out, you can Google it. I want to get into it. I would just say that if I could do it, anybody can do it. You guys ready for the training? Yes. All right, good Lord, I need a tissue already. What the heck is going on? All right, here we go. Now, I do want you guys to take some notes, but I do not want you guys to be married to your pen and your paper. You're allowed to look up. What I've learned is this. You only